and desires, just the desires. Now, the nature of your desires, it depends of the guna that you have. If you have a sattvic guna or more rajasic guna or more tamasic guna, when you enter your puberty, then more or less you have to deal with that during probably 6 or 7 years until you start consolidating more and more that energy. So let's take a few minutes and see, recall when you were that age, what was that, how did you enter that chakra? How was your sexual appetite? How was your position in front of sex? What you were told about sex? How free or restricted you felt? Just write down a little bit of that. Okay. So let's consider that this chakra is such an important part of our development because it brings your first possibility of connection with people. This is the first, this chakra has the power to find new solutions, and it's because it's characterized by the water element, the element that is mutable, fluid, ever changing, and ever flowing. So, unlike the first chakra, which is associated with the earth element, the water element associated with this chakra is a profound sensibility of change and connection with others. So the ability to change, of course, is vital to good health because the individual human body must at all times be able to respond to the constant cascade of changes that are sweeping through the universe back and forth. So on the physical level, the water element of this second chakra is mirrored by the secretion that emanate from the second chakra glands. So in the man would be the penis, the testicles, the prostate glands, and in the woman, the uterus, the fallopian tubes, the vagina, and for both the kidneys and bladder. So it is also very connected at the etheric energy to the adrenal glands, which is also influenced by first chakra. So they have a very much connection with the adrenals, both chakras. So because of the mutable nature of this chakra, it is easily move its energy to other chakras and also to the physical realm. So it is very much part of the not cognoscitive, not intuitive lower triangle of the chakra. It's kind of the distributor there. So it's very innocent and sweet in nature that characterize that chakra. And all it wants is connection. All it wants is just to connect, either to reproduce or to be loved or to do something. It looks for connection. That's why at that age you were very much interested in your peers or in the opposite sex. So this chakra allow the experience to merge with ourselves and with others and with the universe. So that's why it carries a juice that is needed for the 6th and 7th chakra to merge with the spirit. So it have like the fluids. That's why that desire to want to merge with somebody is part of that thoughts. Is there any questions?
No.
No, okay. Now, this is one of the chakras that are very, the sexual creative energy that reside in that chakra are the most valuable and nourishing to the individual when the energy is balanced. If it's not balanced, then it depletes the individual. So it's like you cannot really conceive yourself. Now, you must realize that conception, let's say you're thinking of yourself, oh, I need to do this project or construct these new things. You immediately send a vibration to that chakra to start building it, to start creating it. So you're not only creating babies, but any thought you have, it will be deposited in that chakra with the possibility of conception. Then you start looking for a network, and you start looking for possibilities and opportunities to bring that project forward. Then you utilize all the chakras to manifest it. But this chakra, any thought you put in it, it will grow or it will create a toxin in that chakra. And the type of thought that comes from that chakra is fantasies, unrealistic thinking. Not only sexual fantasies, but any fantasies. And unrealistic thinking, expectations of any kind. And you can get lost in that. Now, this chakra is going to be very important for our practice, the Hara, heart consciousness, because this chakra is very much wanted by other beings and other planes of existence, because it resides our DNA there, our ability to conceive. And in many worlds, there are creatures that are not able to reproduce themselves, either because they have abused or they have mutate, but they are not able to conceive. So they use either physically or etherically our reproductive system to produce that or reproduce themselves. So in this course, we are going to have a practice that involves the protection of the second chakra. So you are not exposed to that kind of dangers.
Let me interrupt. Yes, let me interrupt here. How do they use our second chakra to conceive? Are they storing energy in there, and or what, how do they do it?
They do it through abductions. When we are asleep, or they are able to implement in our perception some kind of holographic device where you think that you are in a certain place, but you are in another one, like in a holodeck, like in Star Trek.
Yes.
And they are able to reproduce an environment that you think you are in your home or with your wife or something. And they can do that through that media, or when you're asleep, or they can actually abduct you. So they have it really depends of the race that is performing the stealing of the eggs, but different races have different methods. But the important part is that if your thoughts are impeccable and you are not trapped into the desire and the entertainment and the looking for gratification to be recognized, then you are not exposed to that. So that's why it's important to maintain impeccability. Otherwise, we give opening to those beings to dwell in our womb.
Is it also on a level of sexuality when you have sexual dreams that this is what they're doing?
Yeah, it could be that too. Yeah, that's why the practice of lucid dreaming, the dream work, is also very important to have that. So you have more control over your dreams, and you know you're lucid there. You're not just dreaming.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, when you are asleep, they can do that. But mostly the opening, the invitation you give is when you are not impeccable, when you are trapped into desires, expectations, and fantasies, and that kind of things. Then you get all you are making a contract with that kind of energy to maintain you. I have seen, for example, a young man. He was in his 30s, and he constantly had fantasies about women, and every woman was a potential mate, and he was really depleted, and the nervous system very bad, and have health problems of different categories, and he masturbate. So while I was looking at him and said, well, what is really going on? When I saw was a group of beautiful women, 5 women around him, and trying to seduce him constantly, and seductive. Not only with their bodies, but with what he likes, which was the creativity, the projects, the expectations, all this going and doing, and then I look a little bit more closer, and the beautiful women, they start taking the shape of a very old kind of insect-like creatures, and they were all in a room where have many mans, and they were milking them, and they were needing that subtle sperm and the sperm itself to feed their offsprings. So I tell him, you have been taken. You are being you are being in that in a world that is doing this to you, and that's why you are so weak all the time. And as he started changing the habit of fantasies and so on, the second chakra, he start creating more his life, what he wants in his life, and not to be so pushy about, I need to do. So that's one example of how you can be taken. So if that's why it's good to review and say, okay, at 14, what happened to me? What was my awakening like for that chakra? How I am doing with that chakra? So that's something I would like this week for you guys to review that more closely. I'm just giving you the seed, the invitation to do that. Now, on another level, this chakra also have in the left side of the chakra, you have the ego. It creates a sense of individuality. I am Bhuvaneswari. I am separate from everybody. That's a misconception. of individualization. So that's how I am referring ego here. This is in the left side. In the center of the chakra, you have your personality. It's your own flavor of things, your own creativity, your own, just yesterday I was having a meeting with Raham about how to do a business card, and we distinctively were saying, no, I like this and I don't like that, and we have common grounds on the graphic design and so on. So it gives each of us a very distinctive flavor or a style of being, some more acute, some more standardized, some more eccentric, but you have your personality and your second chakra in the middle of the chakra. And in the right side of the chakra, you have the power of transmutation. So, and transmutation means that you do have the ability to transform water into wine. You have the ability to transform any element of earth, water, fire, what I'm missing, air, into something else. You can manifest and transmute the elements with the opening of the right side of the chakra. This, we used to have it, but because we abuse it as a human race, we abuse it, then the higher beings, our guardians, say, no, you have been abusing it too much. So it was removed from us and it was deposited on earth and the center of the earth. But because right now on earth we are evolving and earth is going into the process of enlightenment, she is releasing this information. She is releasing this matrix, and we can recover back that abilities, at least the template, the information. So in future generations, we are able to maintain it. So that's why it's so important to go to learn unification and start downloading those vibrations that Earth is releasing right now for us. And one of the matrix that she is releasing is that part of that chakra. We are not really complete. We are not just reproducing children. We can reproduce matter. We can transmute any matter as well. So
I'm sorry, can you transmute different matter to different matter? Let's say air
yes.
to solid state, or just liquids to liquids?
No, you can do anything. Let's say Jesus was very good at that. Transferring air from bread, when he was doing his lectures, and there were many people that still want to hear him, but it was an empty basket, and he kept pulling bread out of the empty basket. You have also total command over the matter. It means he can, the saint Amma, for example, was able to talk to the fish in a village of fishermen who were hungry because there was no fishing, and she called the fishes, and the fish were just jumping out of the ocean as an offering to the fishermen so they can eat. So you have command over matter, basically. So, and there is a keeper on earth that have those treasures. That's why in our initiations we invoke them and have ceremonies for them to announce our presence and our intentions to recover those. So what I want to do today is to, for now, just to unite these three balls. If you can please sit with your spine straight. And start breathing in 4 strokes in and 4 strokes out. This is a breath that takes you through the cycle of death, rebirth, life, and infinity. And you breathe in and out through your nose, which the nose is close to your second chakra or first chakra, as you know, the tip top of your nose, where the nadi of the first chakra ends. And you can also put in your breath the mantra Sa Ta Na Ma. So as you breathe in, you Sa Ta Na Ma. You exhale Sa Ta Na Ma. Let's do that for 3 minutes or so. Focus your attention and your tip top of your nose. Maintain your smile. And be in touch with that part that you have been born out of a second chakra. The union of the second chakra of your parents have give birth to your physical body. And the physical body have the illusion that is separate from other physical bodies. Relax that breath and do nothing. Just be present to that fact that you were created in this body and you have never been created. You always had exist. Be in contact with these two currents, two consciousness, the limit part of you and the limitless part of you. And they both reside in your second chakra. You construct things, you destroy things. Now visualize in the left side of your chakra, at the level of your pubic bone, a little ball, a silver ball. That it will be the representation of that concept of limit and individualization. We call it ego. The sense of I. Relax the left side of your chakra and just visualize that ball, a silver ball. It's not very big. Some of you are visualizing it outside of you. So please make sure that it's really at the level of your pubic bone, inside your, almost your central channel there. It's in the chakra. Now focus your attention in the center of the chakra. And it's a little bigger ball, still silvery, but it have multiple colors, like a rainbow. Energies that goes and move around, very mobile, representing that our personality. The ball is medium size. Like a grapefruit, kind of. And then you smile and you breath. Kind to that part of you that sometimes you judge, sometimes you are proud. They're equally okay. They're all part of the divine. Now focus your attention in the right side of your chakra and visualize a larger ball, silver, a little bit more white. This is your ability for transmutation. Your own self, you can transmute your own self. You can shape shifting. Since your limit part of you is composed of the 5 elements. It's your ability as well to change any element and only can be changeable if have no self-interest. It means you cannot manifest gold for you. You can manifest gold to give away. But any self-interest, self-gaining, it depletes this part of the chakra. You have to be selfless. Now place your hands on each side of these balls. So your left hand is at the limit of the little ball and the right hand is holding the other ball, the bigger ball. Visualize, feel or imagine you're able to contain in your hands these three frequencies, distinctively functions, all necessary for you to recreate, to create, and to energize your whole self, to renew yourself. Now, as you exhale, slowly start moving the hands together and feel, sense, or imagine that in each out breath, these balls are getting together. Unite them in one at the center of the chakra. Do it slowly and mindful. Be totally present. Unite your hara. And as it unites, an alchemy starts to happen. It becomes like a sun, full of radiation. You have a very distinctive quality. Be receptive to any image, colors, thoughts. Just unite these three powers. Once united, relax your hands. If you want, you can touch second chakra. And guard those precious unity by being united, you are protected. The first ball relates to your earth bodies. The second ball relates to your soul bodies. The third ball relates to your spirit bodies. United all in your second chakra. Now take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in second chakra. Exhale down to the central channel all the way to earth and ground that. Inhale again. And exhale to sky, grounded into sky. And inhale again. exhale deeply into the chakra, that ball going deep into the chakra, deep in the central channel. Guard it there. And slowly, gradually, open your eyes and come back. How are you doing there? How it feels that? Igor, how that feels?
Yeah, it feels very good.
What's good?
Good means big ball of rainbow color energy.
Okay.
Spinning.
Spinning, very good. Very good. And Maria, how you doing, honey? Send me a chat because I only hear interference. Thank you. And Sheila, how are you doing?
I feel lighter and bright, like radiant, and it's like a yellow and orange light for me.
Yeah. And also that it will calm the body. It will calm a certain safety that comes with it. So it brings certain sense of calmness because you're not, you know that you're not exposed anymore. It's very hard to know that they are, that you're hunted. So with that, you feel protected, either conscious or unconsciously. You do feel that. So. Very good, darling. So what I would like is to give you homework to review how is your fantasies and your sexual position and how do you create your life, how you create a thought, and if you do it or if you don't, what kind of toxins you do there. And I want you to practice the union of the three balls. We'll be building up as we go through the chakras and understand more how we can protect the chakras, prepare them. Any questions?
No, thank you.
The union of the three bowls, is there a place to put it in our daily sadhana that you would recommend?
Not yet, because
Okay.
this is going to be a union. Again, it's a different kind of unification, but it's from the chakra, so it will have a separate practice.
So I should do it separately,
Yeah,
separate time of day?
yeah. Well, you can do it when you're doing your sadhana, but it have nothing to do with unification.
Okay.
It's going to be a different practice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very good, darling. So I'll talk to you next week then. Meanwhile, have fun with your second chakra, the water element. And of course, I invite you to come for the next retreat we have in 2 weeks or so, April 1st, 2nd, for the water element, which here in Canada is really flowing now. The trees are giving sap and the rivers are being unfroze. So that energy is in the air. So you are welcome to join us. Or until then, I'll talk to you next week.
9 or 10.
We are, let's see what time. Let me confirm the time. Let me open my computer here. Next week. It's 9.
Yay.
It's 9 o'clock next week. Very good, darlings. Until then. Oh, I want to know, Igor, are you receiving my newsletter?
Yes, I did.
Yes. And
Yes,
what?
I went to your
Okay.
blog and I checked it out about 2 days ago.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And Maria, honey, are you receiving the letter? She's sounding like a bee today. Send me a chat. Let me know if you are. I cannot hear you for some reason. All right, until then, goodbye.
Bye.